Go, Kylie, go. Good job, Kylie. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Wow, look at her go.
Ahlelele, ahlelas. Ahlelele, ahlelas. Ahlelele, ahlelas.
Proof that women want equality only when it benefits them. You women need to understand that being a gentleman is a choice, not a responsibility. Stop with the entitlement. It is disgusting.
If you're a young, able-bodied man on the subway, why are you racing a woman for a seat? And if everyone sitting down is a young, able-bodied man while there are like a bunch of women standing, and why is it that I'm the one to give up my seat when an elderly person walks on when there are like a bunch of finance bros sitting down manspreading?
Because you're our equal. You're commuting to the same job for the same pay, living in the same area. Why would anything entitle you to a seat just because you're a woman? Birds will always be birds.
Can we just talk about that? Not one person, not one man on that train give up a seat for a woman. That would never happen in Liverpool where I'm from, you know? Like, just fucking ask someone if you want to see that a woman's been stood up the whole journey, even if it's a half the journey. I'm not talking about me, but like an older woman. Just pisses me off.
I wonder why. She is upset about enjoying her equal rights. Enjoy your equal rights without the bitterness. This is exactly what you fought for. Next time, be careful what you wish for.
Woman sat on a man's hand on a bus because he refused to give up that seat. This woman, who was 8 months pregnant at the time, took to the Am I the A-hole subreddit to ask if she was in the wrong. When she got on the bus to commute to work, she saw the empty seat, but then saw the man's hand resting on it. She asked him to move his hand, at which point he replied that seat was taken. So she did what any normal person would do. She sat on his hand. At that point, everyone on the bus was looking at them, and even after getting off the bus, she felt some shame for what she had done. Her husband took the man's side, saying that what she had done was totally inappropriate, but Reddit had her back. Instances like this one are unfortunately quite common. According to a 2018 poll of 2,000 UK citizens, only 60% of people believe that it's necessary to give up a seat to a pregnant woman on public transportation. And 2022 research by the Federal Transit Administration found that overcrowding and non-compliance with courtesy seating policies add discomfort and increased risk for pregnant women riding transit. Etiquette dictates that a pregnant woman can ask for an occupied seat on public transit, even if that seat is only occupied by a hand. What would you do in this woman's situation?
You don't get special treatment for being pregnant. You chose to get pregnant. We are not obligated to adjust our lives for you. Next time she gets pregnant, maybe choose a guy with a car.
Señores, más empatía, ¿oyeron? Auxilié a la amiga aquí. Por Dios, tenían media hora pidiendo auxilio y nadie. Pasaban los hombres, pasaban y nada. ¿Qué opinas, amiga?
Que los hombres no, ¿verdad?
Por favor, los hombres, más empatía a la hora de ver a una mujer accidentada, ¿vale? ¿Cómo es posible? Yo no voy a hablar mal de ustedes porque la mujer siempre necesita de un hombre, siempre. Pero la amiga tenía rato ahí y pasaban y nada. Qué chimbo. Por lo menos pregunté, mira, por favor, no sé, ¿qué tiene?
A man offers to help. He's a creep and will end up on their story time. If he doesn't offer to help, he's sassy and not a real man. If you do what they want, you lose. If you don't, you still lose.
I'm not helping. It's 2025. Figure it out. I think they... Oh man, it's not working. Let's see, maybe pull it from that end. At least they put it in diagonally, you know? But it's not going to fit. Oh no! It's not gonna fit.
Let them thrive in their independence. They wouldn't appreciate it anyway, and then accuse you of hitting on them and call you a creep. Better to be safe than sorry in 2026.
Guys, when I tell you, chivalry in this generation is finished. It is absolutely finished. I genuinely want to cry my eyes out. Like, I am just so absolutely frustrated with this generation in terms of dating, in terms of men, in terms of fucking hell. But yeah, let me tell you the backstory. So get this right. So I'm at the gym like a couple days ago, whatever. It's back day, you know. I was feeling good. I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get to the workout. Anyway, I go to the lat pull down machine, the one where you pull it down, and I'm a 5'4" girlie. Okay, so I can't reach high things, you know. Like, you know, it's a tough situation for us girlies out there, you know. Anyway, so I'm at this lat pull down machine, and basically I need to change the thing. We'll call it the hooky thing. I don't know what the word is, but I need to actually change the thing. And like I said, I couldn't reach it. So best believe I'm there struggling for 2.5 to 3 minutes. I don't even know how many minutes I was struggling for. I was up there struggling. I was like jumping up, trying to reach it, trying to unhook it, rehook it, that kind of thing. Thank God one of my friends was there. Like in the end, he came and like rescued me. However, no one, not one male person was there to help me. And I'm surrounded by a group of guys, and not one guy asked, "Oh, sorry, love, do you need a bit of help with that?" No one, nada, niet, nadie. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, well, what is going on with this generation? Because, like, you're acting like as soon as you help me, I'm going to ask you for your number, I'm going to ask you for your hand in marriage. I don't give a shit. All I want is some help. Fucking put the hooky thing on the thingy and just literally, like, I want to get back to my workout, you know? I don't care about, like, anything else. Like, that's all I want. And you can't even go and help me? Like, I actually want to cry my eyes out, man. But yeah, chivalry is dead.
Women don't owe men anything. No unpaid emotional labor. Yet you want men to help you whenever you need it and don't understand why men have stopped doing that. Does blood flow into your brain at all? I'm genuinely curious.
Alright, excuse the way I look, but I just have to rant here. So I live in an apartment complex right now. We just moved from North Carolina to Georgia. I will insert here what happens, or the oil cover of my car came off as I was driving down here from North Carolina. Well, I lost one screw, but I got it done like 3 hours later. But my thing is, what happened to men if they see a woman underneath her car trying to fix something, going up to them and saying, "Ma'am, do you need help?" When I tell you the amount of cars and men that walked by and didn't say anything, just stared at me as I was trying to get these screws back on my car, when I don't even know how to work on cars. I had to call my brother from Louisiana to help me. Thank God for him, and to help me find which screw. Now that no one could help me with but him, but just the application of just putting this thing back on my car and no one asking to say, "Ma'am, can I help you?" Some old lady just asked me, "Are you okay, sweetie?" That's the first person that asked me out of the millions of guys that have walked by. Like, what?
Too bad the bear wasn't available to help you. We need more bears on the streets to help women in need of help. You already made it clear that you don't need us. She's a strong, independent woman who chose to have the child. You're not entitled to men's help. I would have looked right at the phone and waved.
Yeah, definitely on my bucket list is for me to call up my man and be like, baby, I'm running low on gas and I need you to come pump it for me. So he drops everything that's going on. He swerves in his car, he pulls up right next to me, and then he pumps my gas and he pays for it. Because he loves his lady, and like, yeah, like I just admire him because he's gonna be so handsome and whatnot. And I love a man who does acts of service. Like, a girl could only dream. But y'all already know how the men in 2026 are.
Sounds like a headache to have a grown child that needs you to do everything for them. I pray I don't fail my daughter like this. Go get a bag instead so you can pay for yourself.
You all know what these are. Now would the awkwardness of going near them to give me CPR stop you? 8,200 women and more could have survived. That's not a fake figure. That is from the British Heart Foundation. Women are statistically less likely to receive bystander CPR because of the awkwardness around breasts and going near them. This has to stop. And even when I think back to when I used to do first aid at school, we always practiced on a flat-chested male torso. Women are statistically less likely to receive bystander CPR because of this taboo and this awkwardness around women's breasts. With training still being like that, it means that people are only getting sort of comfortable and associated with giving bystander CPR to a flat chest. There are multiple studies that show if you practice on a female mannequin or a mannequin with breast pads attached, will significantly improve someone's confidence in giving a woman CPR. Please support the Everyday STEMinist super important petition to make it mandatory for all CPR and first aid training to practice on female body mannequins or with at least breast attachments on them. This is super important and super vital, and like the figures say, 8,200 plus women could have stood in here.
It isn't worth it to be sued later for sexual assault or other accusations. Just like the guy who saved a girl from a car accident and was sued the same week for touching without consent, you women asked for it, so you receive it.
Like, women are always going to be the protectors. Men are more likely to just watch it happen or join in on the rape or just let the kidnapper go with the kid. Like, they're not going to help. But yeah, I'm going to take it one step further and say, like, I don't think men help in any situation. Like, even if you just think about men being contrarian and having to always like have an opposite opinion of women because they think that we suck, like even that, I like dropped my keys at King Soopers a few weeks ago, and the only employee that like didn't look at me with complete disdain and didn't look like a little bit happy was a woman. Like, the men were just like smiled. I was like, oh, I dropped my keys, like lol, I'm gonna go look down the aisle I was just at, and they were like I even think about at work, like, I've never had a man be helpful to me at work. Like, granted, I work in healthcare and it's just run by females, but every man that I've worked with, like, actually makes everyone else's jobs harder and gives more work to everyone else because they don't do their job. I mean, if you think about the police, for example, the military, like, what are they helping? Like, they're making things worse. Men just truly have such a dark energy that if you're having a child right now, or if you have children, like, you need to be teaching them about this, because men will, I don't know if you guys saw that story about Haley Busby who was found dead, but men want to, yeah, they just want one thing, they want sex, whatever, we all know that, but it's much darker than that. Like, they want to steal your light and your soul and your happiness and destiny swap with you. So when you're coming to a man and you're needing their help, they are actively going to try to make it worse, especially if they perceive you to be a successful, beautiful woman. They are going to try to hurt you in even worse ways.
The days of men being called helpers and protectors are over. We don't owe you women anything. Never did. We only did it out of love, but you never appreciated it. Instead, you felt entitled, so no more.
A man performed CPR on a woman suffering cardiac arrest and was later accused of sexual harassment. The family claimed he should have waited for a female doctor to do it. The incident took place in downtown Chicago. 34-year-old Laura King collapsed at home after a sudden cardiac arrest. A doctor arrived immediately to help. Footage recorded by a neighbor shows him kneeling on the floor performing CPR, continuing for 4 minutes until the ambulance arrived. Laura was successfully revived and still had a pulse when she was taken to the hospital. But just a few hours later, her family filed a police report alleging that the doctor's actions during the rescue constituted sexual misconduct. They said that if he truly intended to save her, he could have waited for a female physician, not touched her body without consent. The statement quickly divided public opinion. Some argued it was a punishment for saving a life and a misunderstanding of his profession. Others insisted that personal boundaries must be respected under any circumstance. The Medical Association stated that in cases of cardiac arrest, each minute of hesitation can be fatal. They fear that accusations like this could make more doctors hesitate the next time someone collapses. The case remains under investigation. The doctor has been temporarily suspended. He said, "I only did what I was supposed to do."